Good evening. A very warm welcome to the best of the good life. More than ever, my name is Drago and welcome to Chilling, a show that I hope will have an impact on the future of this great nation. Now, entrepreneurs are always known for discovering an opportunity right before others discover it. Now, the person that I have on the show is actually one of the most successful, hands down, the most successful entrepreneurs we have in this nation. He's gonna inspire you, he's gonna uplift you, he's gonna even tell you stories that you won't believe, and you can't make all this up. Now, this gentleman has scooped awards from the international market to the local market. He came up with an idea that started as a dream. He said that, you know what, I think Uganda is lacking to have a more settled, organized settlement. And guess what? That dream came into fruition and he built one. You know it, you've seen it. You guys know AKRIGHT Satellite City, Kakunguru, that is located on Entebbe Road, that boasts over around 200 homes that are organized, clean, and very, very enticing. Now, today I came at his house to actually check him out and chill with him, and we have a conversation. You know, this is his beautiful house, a fortress, as you can see from the background. I wish this was my house. But most importantly, I'm going to tell you about this book. From a business tragedy to strategy is actually a book that is going to unlock all your opportunities, all things that have been jamming, and all the entrepreneur pragmatists should also tune into the program and better know that the words of wisdom are in this book. So don't move an inch, stay with us as you join me with Dr. Anatoli Kamugisha, who is here today with us on Chilling. This is the best of the good life.
AKRIGHT Satellite City has emerged a rare model microcosmic city in the country, boasting in its impeccable, orderly, clean, secure human settlement. Chilling sits down with the mastermind behind this sound business empire.
Today, I've been given an opportunity to talk about myself. I know it's not a small thing, it's a very big assignment, because talking about yourself, it means you are talking about when you are still a toddler, when you started remembering anything, you know. My name is Dr. Anatoli Kamugisha. I was born in Balala, Ibanda, by my parents, my dad being Batulimao Higirwa, my mother being Teresa Higirwa Bonavana. I was born in, actually they told me I was born in Balala Hospital, and I think the day I was born, even I was announced on Radio Uganda, because I understand that my weight, nobody has ever, by that time when I was born, I was a very fat and grown-up child, you know, and I was weighing heavily. So when they weighed me, they phoned me, they said, this child be born normally like that, but they announced me on Radio Uganda. So I became a celebrity the day I was born. That's what my parents tell me. Well, I grew up in that same area, Uganda, in a third world school called Romoro Primary School. Just it is one school from primary 1 up to P7. And I remember that school is more or less, okay, it's among the schools that in the village schools, which when you compare them, whatever, it's, may say call it a third world school. But we grew up there and we studied from those schools. I remember my first time in primary when they told me to go to school. I was crying. And I never wanted to go to school. And when I reached there are some young kids who started beating me, and I never wanted. I'm a peaceful person by nature. I don't like fighting, but there were stubborn boys who were beating me, and for me, I would cry, and until, then I get used to going to school. Of course, my father was a tough guy. He could not refuse to go to school. Then we went to class and we started playing. Most of the time was going to class, and from there going to play break time. You go out, then you start playing. Me, I was saying that if at all this, we could continue playing, but you play, then after that you go back to class, then he started teaching you 1 + 1, 2 + 2, then A, B, C, those kind of things. Then you learn how to write, then when you don't write, then the teacher beats you. My primary teacher, I think, was good. She was a lady. She was more or less treating us as young children. She loved us. But when I went to primary 2, I found a very bad teacher who used to cane me most of the time. He would ask me this, you didn't beat you, then he ask you this, and I never liked to be beaten because I'm a very peaceful person. So, but I think he had a problem. She was mathematics. Actually, through his beating, I ended up becoming a champion in mathematics because I used to be #1 in the class, and with mathematics I would get 100, 98, 100, something like that.
All right, good evening and welcome back to the best of the Go Life. Oof. I'm telling you guys, this is so overwhelming for me to even comprehend. Today, we caught a big fish. You're gonna love him. You've seen him in the introduction, him talking about his scholarly and biography growing up. But I'm telling you, this man, he believes in this quote. Let me even read it here so that I can be more accurate and precise. He says that if you can dream it and believe in it, then you can kiss the reality of that dream. Here now, his relentless spirit of always wanting to challenging himself in life has pushed him to become the very first person to build a real estate privately. You can talk about housing finance, of course it was there, but that's a government entity. Now, this man came up with a fortress, a multi-billion estate that you guys know called AKRIGHT. Now, he's in the building and he's here to share his story. With no further ado, please allow me to welcome the incredible Mr. Anatoli, doctor, in fact, with a doctorate, Dr. Anatoli Kamugisha. Towards, sit back, folks, and listen to the brilliant man himself. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You can tell from my introduction that I'm really excited.
What makes you get excited?
I mean, come on, your life. I mean, how do you even dare?
Yeah.
How do you even dare come up with an idea that has never been experimented before in Uganda?
Yeah.
Where do you even get that from?
Yeah, of course, the daring spirit comes from the passion, comes from the mentors, comes from the inspirers, comes from the role models.
Yeah.
It is a combination of many things, but that's it.
Yes. I've read, I think I got some time to read your book. We met at Fang Fang, I think like about 2 days ago, if I'm more accurate. Yes. And I've just read up to chapter 3, but it's a good read. I'm so fascinated with what I've read so far. You guys should go and get yourself a copy. From a business tragedy to a strategy is a very excellent book, especially for those entrepreneur spectacles, people that want to venture into the field of entrepreneurship. You will be inspired. Now, Mzee, according to this book and your scholarly, tell me, at what point did you actually drop up? Because I remember you mentioned here a story about your father being attacked and almost lost his life. I mean, take me through that.
Yes, and now for me, okay, maybe I start from there. From primary, I went to secondary school, and after secondary school, then I went to Chambogo. By that time, it was called Polytechnic, not the university as of now. Then they did civil engineering. Now, at the time when I was in first, second term, my father was attacked in the village, together with some other relatives. and some relatives who came to help him were shot dead.
Wow.
But even my father was hit in the head, the leg, he was shot in the legs. So more or less he was dead, but somehow he survived. You know, if God is still with you, he managed to survive. Took him to the hospital.
How did you take him to the hospital? Because I also understand there were not so many hospitals back then.
No, it was from our place to where the hospital is. That is, we come from Ibanda, a place called Ruomhoro. From Ruomhoro to Kagongo Hospital is about 10, 12 kilometers. And there was no means of transport. But there was a certain friend, someone, a neighbor, had a tractor. Yeah, a tractor. So what they did, they used the tractor, put him on the tractor trailer, and they pushed him. The man drove up to the hospital. That's how they managed to save him, his life.
Definitely, this disorganized your
Then
studies.
after that, because he was a bread maker, when that happened, I came back. Reaching home, I found the man was in a problem. We're a family of about children, about 8 children, and all of us were all studying. So somehow everything stopped there. When the government of the President Museveni came in power, they were so inspiring, and they used to go even on TV to teach about small-scale industry, about changing, about creating jobs, about that kind of stuff. So I was just someone stranded, youth stranded, you know, having no job, having dropped out of school. So now they started talking about small-scale industry and small kulembeka. Those were the terminology they used to talk about. So somehow there was President Museveni was always on TV telling us the same thing. Then also his Vice President, Dr. C.E.O, was also saying the same. And actually for him, he was making it worse because he used to come and even would tell you how you can become powerful, and even he would boast. So somehow, as a young person, we were attracted, can somebody do, instead of looking for a job, can't I look for something that I can do? Along those lines, thinking through, when you start meditation, you know, can't I start my own business? Then you start, you know, when you start meditating, of course, now everything goes to where you have a talent or where you have a passion. My passion was that I wanted building. My eyes, I used to look at building, look at construction, look at whatever. Then I said, can't I start something in construction, or can't I? Then I started, the mindset was to manufacture building materials. Those are our bricks and the roofing tiles. So that after producing them, then I use them to build a house. And after building a house, then I sell. Then I said, now what can I? Then during that time, there was a bank called the Ugadev Bank and the Uganda Development Bank, and also UCB. There was the UCB Development Finance. It was a bank but having another department called Development Finance. All those used to give money, long-term financing. So along those lines, I thought I would borrow money, start my small-scale industry of producing bricks and tiles.
Take a pause. We are going to go in for a break. But let me tell you this. This man is so daring. He actually went and contacted the World Bank as an individual, thinking that they would borrow him money. And funny enough, they told him that the World Bank is not capable of borrowing an individual but a government. And I mean, that relentless attitude, that courage of wanting to take an extra step to be different and build an empire, this man is a genius, guys. So we are going to take a break, and when we return, we shall talk more about that, how the AKRIGHT dream came into reality. Please don't move an inch. Stay with us. This is Chilling.
On UBC, the program that helps you identify opportunities for investment, job creation, growing your entrepreneurial skills, wealth creation, and social transformation.
We have a product that is ready for schools, supermarkets.
Create wealth, transform livelihoods. Every week, we showcase opportunities for creating new products and enterprises.
I now harvest a lot of cocoa. When I harvest it, I sell. After selling, I put money in my project. I have 2 projects. 1 is for construction of my house, 2 is for educating my children.
Excellence in innovation, the passion and drive to succeed, and the right mindset to grow your business. Lives transformed on UBC. Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Create wealth, transform livelihoods. Brought to you by Operation Wealth Creation.
Well, I can clearly say that I think I've made it in life. I mean, sitting with such a man with such a huge caliber. This man has seen it all and he has done it all. We have to spread the word. And the word is from a business tragedy to a business strategy. Now, if you've not gotten yourself a copy, please visit all the bookstores. That is Aristoc and Kampala Bookshop.
Yes. You know Uganda Bookshop?
Uganda Bookshop.
And also Aristoc.
Yeah, listen, this book has caused a lot of chaos because people have resigned literally from their from their job because they've found out and discovered that they can actually be their own enterprise. Now, this man is a business mogul, he's a survivor, he's a Rotarian, he's a doctor with a doctorate. Dr. Anatoli Kamugisha is still here with me. And we are enjoying this, So before we went in for a break, you were narrating to me a very funny conversation of you trying to meet the World Bank as an individual. What was going through your mind?
Before the World Bank, maybe you need to know the background. Before I go into the World Bank, is that the first company I started, which was a Canobri group of companies, I changed it into construction. Then I started building houses for other people. But I also discovered there was a problem.
And this was in Barara?
Yeah, that was in Barara.
Okay.
Then from Barara, I came to Kampala, still with the same company. But I discovered people were building houses in slums in a disorganized manner. And naturally, I hate disorganized things. Then I started conceptualizing. Can't one get land and build properly and sell these houses to people when they're already in organized manner? That's when actually I dropped that company called Canobri. I started a new company called AKRIGHT.
Now, take a pause.
Yes.
People will never know this unless you've watched this interview or met you in person or even read this book.
But it's in the book, yes.
AKRIGHT is an acronym.
Yes, AKRIGHT is ANATOLI KAMUGISHA.
I didn't have any idea.
ANATOLI KAMUGISHA, right concept, right budget, and right people.
How did you even come up with this wise idea?
Yeah, because it's where I said I must do business. Must was there. I said I must do business with the right concept. Changing to do, I was building houses in slums, not adding. So I said no, I must do something that is right. And right is that meaning that something that was a problem, which is a slum, I changed into an organized settlement, meaning that it is an improvement. So it must be a right concept, but again with the right budget and also with the right people.
Now here you are. Yeah. You come from Barara. Let's say you come to Kampala with a vision, a one vision that only you have to build a settlement that is more organized after seeing all the slums. I mean, at what point did you meet the royal family? At what point did you discover that this was it? There was land here for you to utilize.
I started by getting small piece of land, which was like started with as small estates. That was in Chirinya. It was a small piece of land. Started a small estate of about 100 houses. Then I went from there. Then I went to Chitiko. There is a place also called Chitiko. It's small. Then I went to Namamvi. These were small estates. Then, but the dream was to have a bigger place that I can be able to turn around and be able to demonstrate that is what it is. Then that's when a concept came of putting up what we call, to get a bigger chunk of land that I would put what we call a city. The city came up after seeing that an estate was not enough to define my concept of organized human, because now an estate means you are only having one group of people. But then a community must be of three classes, must be of the higher income, the middle income, and low income. So now, an estate, I was targeting people with money, and that was people of higher income, middle income, and high income, but no low income. But a concept of a city, meaning that I had to put up higher income, middle, and the lower income. Until when I was looking for a bigger chunk of land, but of course with the difficulties in buying it, in getting it. Fortunately, when you have a good dream, also God comes to you.
Speak about the dream. There is something you wrote here about the dream. You approached a certain somebody and you shared with them your dream, and they say, young man, stop daydreaming. It's good to dream, but stop daydreaming. I mean,
so when I started now dreaming big of getting a bigger chunk of land, definitely I was thinking of involving a bank, borrow money from the bank, buy the land, big chunk of land, now put up those concepts of higher income, middle income, and lower income. Fortunately, I managed to get the land. Also, which I got by a miracle. I was standing on the road, I saw who is the owner of that hill, said, oh, it belongs to Balangira. Then I followed them, I ended up getting the land. Now,
so how did you purchase it? Did you purchase it in beads?
Now that's how when the banker came in. I said I should go to the bank and borrow the money. I went to the bank thinking that when I tell the bank manager about I've seen the land, I need the money to buy this land.
Which one is that, DFCU?
No, it was central bank,
fortunately,
and the person who was in central bank, unfortunately, passed away. But by that time, he was in charge of money, and at the same time, the Bank of Uganda had the money that was coming. Is it opaque line of credit? This is money which they give for about 10 years or 20 years, and you pay. And I think money of 10 years, 20 years was reasonable enough for me to to make my project become a reality. So I believed that I would get the money. I explained my idea. I said, the man looked at me like this. He said, I said, young man. I said, yes. That young man, I said, yes. Young man, is it? Young man, he said, yes. It's good to dream, but it is very, very, very dangerous to be a daydreamer.
Wow.
Hey. I mean, I am dreaming during the day.
Weren't you gutted? Weren't you shattered?
Let me tell you, when you have a daring spirit, when you have believed in yourself, when you have believed in your concept, there's nothing can stop you.
What revived you, Mr. Anatoli? What revived you? To be honest, what revived you? What made you
think
that you can make this?
I believed so much in my dream. I had the energy. Even I don't know. When you ask me, I don't know, because I believed that do you know how I replied? I said, with or without any money from the bank, I will make my dream become a reality. And when I had no money on my account, I didn't have any, I had small money on the account, but not, about, was it 80 million, some small money, about which I got from construction, of course. So that is the only little money I had. But again, I believed that I would buy land of billions and put up a project when you had no whatever. So at the end of the day, when I went to the bank, I said, how much money do you have on the account? They made 80 million. Then how can you have 80 million and you think you can have this? A government cannot do it. You can do it? I mean, and you think you can, the government cannot do it. And for you say you can do it? No. Then that's what I'm telling you, you are daydreaming.
It's very unfortunate.
But then, of course, I have that courage. I said, with or without any money from the bank.
It's very unfortunate that we have people that can discourage that much.
Yeah, of course, what I'm trying to tell you, there is a principle. When you believe, then you begin, then you will become. The moment you believe in yourself, it's like when you are going to swim. If you are going to swim, you first stand on the spring and say, even if you have never, even if you are not a good swimmer, whatever. But the moment you tell you, I'm going to jump into this water and I'm going to float and I'm going to get out of it, it will happen. because people usually do it. Some people, if you want to jump over so many meters, you start preparing yourself, then immediately you jump and you come back, whatever. So the moment you prepare your brain that this is what's going to happen, and it will happen, and you believe in it, it will happen. Because for me, I tell you, with or without any money from the bank, the thing will become reality. Of course, along the way, the man didn't, but he is a young person. And you know when you are doing things, and you do them in the right time, the age, because that time I was young 30s, you know, so I was so energetic. I would, even in my walking, I would walk like Okonko, if you have ever read that book, because I had a lot of energy. The energy was pushing me. I would walk, swing, I would walk as if I don't have heels, you know, because I had a lot of energy was pushing me that do this, and I would believe that this could happen.
Was it the same walk you walked after this man discouraged you?
Oh, I worked even more. I mean, even when he told me, oh, I got more energy, I said, with or without anyone from him. After when he discouraged me, I became very, very serious.
Dr. ANATOLI, you're a different species. You're a different species.
I said,
listen, we are going to go in for a major break. I promised to you that we are going to have back-to-back episodes. Now, next week, I'm sorry, guys, we're going to have a cliffhanger. They're going to hate me for this, but listen, you can get most of the details in this book. Just grab yourself a copy, and most interestingly, we're going to be giving away some few copies from the big man himself. You can take him 5 copies. Yeah, 5 copies.
Whoever reads my book and he can tell the story, you get a free copy.
Yeah, and you will actually be able to contact us on our socials. That's Twitter, that's at Chilling UBC TV, or Facebook. You can inbox me or send me a DM on Twitter, or personally go on Drago Abrakaima, that's my Instagram. Or better yet, I will read my number, that's 0703 019 991. Now the catch is, tell us what you have learned from this interview and the story of this big man. All right, we're going to go in for a break, but listen, grab yourself a copy because, man, this is selling like wildfire. All the copies are going to run out before you get yourself one. Now, doctor, we are going to return next week with another episode where you're going to tell me, first of all, how did you overcome a pool of debts? You almost came this close to losing your dream. Secondly, you're going to tell me more about the 3 B's. What are those? You know, if you've been at his crib or his fortress, you can definitely look above you. You will definitely know the 3 B's, but he's gonna explain about the 3 B's. Please don't go anywhere. This is Chilling, the best of the Go Life, and my name is Drago. I'm oozing with a lot of confidence because, man, this is it. I've made it in life. Join us next week with another interesting episode, and also don't forget to check out my partners, that is La Paire. Go to their stores and grab yourself a pair of glasses or shades that are very affordable at 105,000. Very affordable. They can give you free eye testing and free vision testing. These guys are also located on every social media app. That is Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's La Paire Uganda. All right, it's a wrap from me and the team. That's Brian, Lawrence, and Jaruge. So we shall see you next week with another incredible episode. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. We are just getting started.